Welcome back everyone. Let's resume playing Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup as Zappy, the level 5 Draconian Wizard, who is thinking about specialising in fire magic because he just recently found a nice handy spellbook which contains a whole bunch of high-powered fire spells. When we last left Zappy, he was about to descend into the sewers, which is the first branch of the dungeon. Let's go straight into the sewers and see how he does. Alright, first thing we notice in the sewers is that there's no way back. If I want to make it out of the sewers alive, then I'm going to have to survive the encounters inside the sewers. And inside the sewers I notice that there's lots of bats. Some sleeping, some awake. Let's start killing some of the bats. Now, let's get up into the corner and fortify ourselves from their merciless assault. Yay, we're not doing too badly actually. Awesome, we've got some bat corpses which we can butcher safely. And we're in a safe spot, so how about we wait until we're at full magic points. Now we're much more prepared to handle what's coming next. Alright, there's the portal back. Gate leading back to the dungeon, so if I'm in danger, that's where I run. A crocodile. A crocodile with great crunching jaws. Let's zap it, and if it thinks it's going to follow me into this small area, then it is quite mistaken. Let us put up a wall of fire here, and then continue pelting it while we're in relative safety. And this crocodile is actually absorbing quite a lot of damage. Hey, alright. This is interesting. The crocodile's pretty close here, and it's like the ogre. I don't want to get into a fight with it. Let's retreat a little bit and try to cast another wall of flame. Well, it doesn't look like this adventure into the sewers is going to be very eventful if I'm just going to run away from the first crocodile. So how about I quaff one of my random potions and see if it has any way of helping me. I know this is probably going to spell my death if it's like a bad potion of paralysis, but I don't want to run out of the dungeon after just arriving in the sewer. So yeah, I drunk a nasty potion of poison. I think our little expedition into the sewer is over. Let's get out of here. And the path back to the sewers is gone, and we're left with no new items. What an almighty disappointment. Much like these series of videos. Oh man, that poison's really taken its toll on me, so I'm just gonna try to wait it out until the poison... Oh, there's our friend the ogre. Let's throw up a firewall here and continue running away. Right, let's try to run back to... Oh, I've just ran into a dead end. Okay, let's do this. We can do this if we're a little bit intelligent. Conjure flame here. Yay! We survived our encounter. And we're going to just make it up into the staircase before the ogre catches and kills us. That ogre is causing us massive amounts of problems. And we're finally not poisoned anymore. Perfect. This dungeon is extremely dangerous, as most dungeons in roguelikes are. Against my better judgment, let's go right back down into the dungeon level and try to handle ourselves a little bit better. Hopefully this time we'll be able to do stuff without being poisoned. I can learn Firebrand. Let's see what Firebrand does. That's a spell which became available to us once we picked up our Book of Fire. Firebrand. This spell sets a weapon or launcher held by the caster ablaze. It will not affect weapons otherwise subject to special enchantments. Now, if I remember correctly, it doesn't affect items which are already enchanted, so my Spear of Reaching will not be affected by the Firebrand spell, which is unfortunate. I don't think that spell will be terribly useful outside for helping me train up my fire ability. So, how about we just not learn anything at the moment? Train up our fire skill a little bit more with Wall of Fire, and get to a point where we can cast these spells quite safely. Since I've got no skill in fire, trying to cast an advanced fire spell such as Ignite, Poison or Bolt of Fire, I've got no chance of successfully casting it, so the spell is essentially useless to me, which is a shame. Dragon Form looks interesting. Let's see what Dragon Form does. It's a level 8 spell, so it's quite powerful. Dragon Form. This spell temporarily transforms the caster into a great fire-breathing dragon. Draconian casters will instead retain their innate colour and breath weapon once transformed, and find it somewhat easy to cast the spell. Okay, awesome. So it's a spell which transforms the caster into a dragon, and Draconians, such as Zappy here, gets a little bonus. At the moment, Zappy is an immature dragon. Well, Draconian. He's level 5, Draconian Wizard. He doesn't actually earn his colour and become a mature Draconian until he reaches level 7, which means that he's got to survive a little bit longer before he gets a handy breath weapon. There's a 1-cell thing here. I believe that there's a secret door here. And by searching in the spots, we figure out that yes, there is in fact a secret door there. Oh look, it's our friend, the Awk Wizard. This is likely the part where I die. But we're not going to give up too easily, so let's throw magic darts at the Awk Wizard and hope for the best. And run away, hopefully kill this orc. Ow. Come on. Jeez. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Damn it. Stop confusing me. I need to get the hell out of here. Well, we survived the encounter and we're back up to the previous dungeon level, which seems to be our favourite level at the moment because it's a safe level in which to retreat to. Oh man, this is not looking terribly good for us. We do have some identified scrolls, so let's see what they do. I've got 2 scrolls labelled Cootsie Delazia. So let's see what they do. Knowing my luck, it's probably going to be a scroll of curse something, but things can't possibly get any worse from here, so let's try it out. Your items softly glow as they're inspected for curses. A scroll of detect curse. Handy, but I only had 1 cursed item and I already knew what it was. So, not terribly handy in this circumstance. Would be more handy once I got more treasure. We've got to make it down to the next dungeon level. I'm sick and tired of this level. But I don't want to go down there just yet because if I run into something I can't handle on that dungeon level, I'm going to be retreating up to this dungeon level. And this dungeon level is giving me a lot of problems at the moment. So I'd much prefer just to safely clear out this dungeon level before heading off. This was the area where I ran into the Awk Wizard. I have no way of countering any other wizards. I don't have any spells of silence. I don't have any mage slaying items, so they're pretty dangerous to me at the moment. Ah, there's our Awk Wizard friend. Let's try to kill him. Awk Wizard's very vulnerable to melee, so once I'm in melee, it's a little bit better just to stab him with my spear rather than just to exchange spells. I believe they have resistances, so trying to just exchange magic with them is not going to be as effective as just impaling them on the spear. Now that threat is out of the way, I believe the only thing we need to contend to now is the Ogre, who is still a right pain. Let's have a look at my spell list again and see what's going on. I've got what spells have I got? Call Imp, Repel Missiles, Conjure Flame. Imps don't last for very long, so how about I pull up a few imps and command them to attack? They don't act as terribly good mage shields because if they're in danger, they just teleport away. There's the Ogre again. Let's plot our route of escape. Yeah, we're probably going to be running up through that way and hopefully not run into anything there. Let's cast our Wall of Flame here. Ah, it's out of range. Alright then. Let's tell our imp to attack the Ogre. Cast our Wall of Flame here. And run away. This is where a spell like Slow would come in handy. Let's wait a few turns here. I believe I can kill the Ogre if I just get him into a good position. He honestly won't take that much to kill, but he just deals so much damage that I'm terrified of him. And after dying to an Ogre in the previous game, I'm not too fond of them at the moment. They give a nice reward of experience points though, so that's an incentive to take a risk and try to kill him. Alright, let's kill this slime here. There's staircase down. I'm feeling brave. This level is almost completely explored, so let's do something suicidal and explore the next level down. Ah, Radiance Alta of Vermet. So let's see what he's about. Let's pray at the altar, pressing the P key and read what it does. He's a god of the destructive powers of magic. Followers gain various useful powers to enhance their command of the hermetic arts. And the favoured stands to gain access to some of the fearsome spells in his library. One's devotion can be proven by causing as much of the carnage and destruction as possible. So he's a spell-casting god. That sounds really useful to us, so how about we join this religion? He welcomes us, and now we belong to a god. If I pull up the religion screen by pressing the religion button, shift that little arrow pointing up. Vermet is a god of destructive powers of magic. Title Sorcerer's Apprentice. I currently gain no favour with him, and he gives me no powers because I'm not devout enough. Scrolls. A helm. I can't wear helmets because I've got an unusually shaped head. A scroll of identify. Let's pick up that and continue exploring. I'm really surprised that I haven't run into any named mobs yet. I'm getting a bad feeling about that. Like they're all going to suddenly jump out at me and start murdering me. Alright. The god I'm worshipping likes to see stuff explode from magic, and I'm not doing a very good example to him at the moment. He might get a little bit angry at me if I don't start blowing stuff up soon. I just wish there was something around to blow up. And, that's a double door. Now, usually they spell trouble. Once I open that up, a bunch of carnage is going to get let loose, so I'm just going to leave that shut for now. Pick up the coins. If I had a spell of haste, I could open it up and run away before what's inside it kills me. Let's kill the rat. Die, rat! Yay! And the god is pleased with us. And he accepts the kill. Die, snake. I'm not scared of you anymore. Butcher your corpse and carry your meat with us. Okay. Ooh, a special vault up here, featuring an underwater lake and some trees. A shiny steel ring. We've got several scrolls of identify, so how about we figure out what this shiny ring does? Perhaps it'll help us in some way. An uncursed ring of magical power. This ring increases its wearer's reserves of magical power. That is awesome. We'll put that on. And now, instead of having a maximum magic power of 14, we've now got a maximum power of 23. That's incredibly useful. I'm so glad that I found that ring. So now I can throw out even more spells than I otherwise could. Which means that I'll be able to throw up even more walls of fire against something dangerous before they'll have a chance of getting into melee with us. This has been a suspiciously empty level. Not that I'm complaining. Actually, I am complaining because I'm not getting any experience points and I need to train up my spells. Hound corpse. They're safe to eat. Red potion. There's another god's altar. Sparkling altar of Nemalek Zerbe. I don't think I'll worship him, but let's just see what he does anyway. He's a strange and unpredictable trickster god, essentially a god of chaos. He has powers which can be invoked through the magical packs of cards painted in the Ichor of Demons. Followers are expected to sacrifice valuable items. Followers are also advised to trust in the cards and use them as much as possible. Trickster can ensure that fortune favours the bold. So, high risk, high reward god. No, we will not be worshipping this god. He doesn't seem terribly handy, and Vermet might be a little bit upset that we've so quickly abandoned his worship. Okay, this looks like trouble. There's a rat and two gnolls, so let's pull up a wall of fire here, run back a bit, start throwing darts at them, pull up another wall of fire here, take a step back, resume throwing darts, pull up another wall of fire here, pull up a wall of fire, and then run away because we're low on magic. You guys may have noticed that in that last fight I just picked up the fire magic skill. That's because I practiced with my wall of fire and am now proficient in using fire magic. that's a spell school I really do want to train up a lot. So how about we focus it by focusing on fire magic. It'll ensure that I devote more of my experience to learning fire magic than my other abilities. It's a way of training up skills you really do want to learn in a short amount of time, which is good because I need a lot of fire skill before I can use the more powerful fire abilities. I believe those gnolls are still chasing me, so let's retreat back to the previous level. I'm feeling kind of confident that I can take on the Ogre on this level now, so I'm going to go see if I can pick a fight with him. Alright. He's around here somewhere, that bastard. And this time I'm prepared for him. Oh yes, I am prepared to kill him this time. Staircase up. Where in the dickens has he gone? There he is, that bastard. Alright. Conjure Flame. Out of range. Conjure Flame here. Pelt him with darts. Oh yes! Die! Ha ha ha! The Ogre is dead. I have gained the polearm skill, my spellcasting increases to level 5 and I'm level 6. I will take an increase in my intelligence and I feel clever and my scales feel tougher. As I'm a draconian, as I level up, the armor class bonus my scales give me improves as I mature. I'm feeling pretty good about killing that ogre, and I'm feeling a little bit more confident in handling what's on the next dungeon level. I can learn Ignite Poison in the Fire and Transmutation School, and let's just see what Ignite Poison does by toggling to descriptions and taking a look. Ignite Poison. This spell attempts to convert all poison within the caster's view into liquid flame. It's very effective against poisonous creatures or those carrying poison potions. The caster and his gear are not affected, and my god supports the use of this spell. Its power is 2 hashes. It has no range since I just cast it and then it is like an area of effect around me. It has quite a considerable hunger cost, and it's a bit loud, so if I cast it, monsters are going to notice. Oh well, I think I'll put off learning that spell for now since it's useless, and the only thing I'll get from trying to cast the spell is just massive damage taken in the form of miscasting such a high level spell. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.